Hello, my name is Jeff Feige and I'm with IGEL Technology, and today I'm going to show you how to install the IGEL UMS on 64-bit Red Hat Enterprise server. So I have on a Red Hat Enterprise server 6.3. It's up to date. I've already downloaded the UMS console or the UMS installation package. It is in my downloads folder, and we need to add the executable bit to it. And then we need to install some dependencies because our management suite is designed and tested for the 32-bit environment. However, as long as you install the right dependencies, the 32-bit libraries and whatnot, it installs and runs just beautifully on 64-bit Linux. So the first thing we'll do is say yum. We'll do a -y so we don't have to answer that again later. And we'll install the pieces we're missing. So we got glib um, glibc, come on, libc.i686, libxtst.i686, and libxext.i686, and these will bring in the proper any other dependencies that they are relying on. If you did try to install the UMS before installing these packages, you'll find that it looks like it installed kinda, but it doesn't work. You can install these dependencies and then reinstall just right on top, and everything will be just fine. I'm also going to show you how to put the UMS in the menu structure. If you are interested in doing that, you might want to install ImageMagick. It's really small, and it'll allow us to make the conversion on the icon pretty painless. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now as well. All right, so now still as root for the installation, we can go ahead and path to where that setup file was downloaded, which for me is in my downloads directory. We can hit enter here, accept the license. This path, generally, you don't need to change it. We'll do a complete installation. This will install the database and everything else. Run levels are fine for Red Hat. These are all good, and we will do the internal database. Username for the database, DBA, admin, at least that's my preference, and then admin for the passwords as well. And we can go ahead and basically hit next, and wait for it to install. The longest part of the installation is the database. So creating the database and certificates, you can kind of shake the bits around and make it go faster, but just kidding. All right, so we're done. So we could test this by pathing out to the remote manager shell script. And we'll use localhost for the management server location, and admin, and looks like everything's working fine. So now I'll show you how to create the icons for the drop-down menus. So we'll switch back to my home directory. Now you could create these icons for global users, but for this purpose I'm going to make them for my local user, and if you want to do that, you can do that homework on your own. So in my home directory, there is a local folder, share folder inside of that, and then there's an applications directory, and we also need an icons directory. So inside of applications, we need to create a file for the menu items. So we'll call it IGEL UMS.desktop, and we need to just put a few fairly rudimentary things in here. We need to create a desktop entry section. I like to put my UMS in the system folder, so that's what we're going to do. And then we'll, for the executable stanza, to opt IGEL remote manager.sh, and set the icon to IGEL underscore icon. Set the name to IGEL UMS console, and this is what will show up in the menu. What else do we need? Startup notify equals true. Terminal, we don't want to run this in a terminal. And set the type to application. All right, so we'll write this out, and hopefully we pull this down, and there it is. There's no icon there yet. There it is. We can run it. Should fire it up again. And we're good to go. So first thing, let's create our icon. If we go to back to our home directory .local .share icons, we need to use the root privileges to get the icon out of our folder. So we'll switch to root, and we'll copy. Actually, we'll do something a little bit different. We'll just go ahead and convert the icon from where it currently sits into a format that we can use. Since we installed ImageMagick, we can simply type convert opt IGEL remote manager RM GUI server web apps root IGEL icon.jpg, and then home jfeige local share icons IGEL underscore icon .png. It has to be in a PNG file format. So we're done. So now we can go to home jfeige local share icons. Take a look that it's there. Sounds fantastic. It's owned by root. You can make it owned by you, but since the permissions here show that it's readable by everybody, it doesn't really matter. And then I like to create my administrator console icon too. I basically do something along these lines. The negate option basically just reverses the colors so that it's obvious that one's admin icon and one is not. So in order to get the admin portion working correct, we need to create a group called UMS. So we'll say group add UMS. Then we need to add my user to that group. So we say user mod -a. A means append to the existing groups that I belong to. If you forget that, you will overwrite all of the groups that you belong to. Capital G for supplemental groups, and we will say UMS, and then we'll give my username. So now if I say ID jfeige, you can see I am part of the UMS user group. So now we want to add me to a vsudo group, or a sudo group, so that I can access the UMS admin console without having to put in a password. So and we'll call this IGEL -admin. It doesn't really matter what we call it. And then so we'll put in UMS. So the UMS group All hosts as root will be allowed to run opt IGEL remote manager rmadmin rmadmin. Capitalization is important, and we can write that out. So now I need to log out and log back in because I've been added to a group. So we'll go ahead and log out. That's easy enough to do. We'll log back in. And open up our terminal again. Their icon is very nice. And now we will change to .local share applications. And I copy IGEL UMS to IGEL UMS admin. And then we edit IGEL UMS admin. There's really not much change that goes here. I make sure that I change this to admin console. I change the icon to admin icon, and then the exec becomes sudo opt IGEL remote manager rm admin rmadmin, and then we have to set it to start in a terminal. I don't really know why that is. It just does not seem to want to start unless it starts in terminal, and I am too lazy to figure out why. So anyone smarter than me is welcome to figure out why and send me a note and let me know what you know. But anyway, so I've added this. I should be able to launch from the command prompt now. Say sudo opt IGEL remote manager rmadmin rmadmin.bin. Okay, so it launches. Excellent. And then it should also launch from the system tools here, and you see the icon is inverted. So that's easy enough. So this should launch from here as well. Perfect. And that's pretty much it. I hope you were able to follow along. I did it kind of quickly, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Again, my name's Jeff Feige, and I hope this video was at least marginally helpful to you. Thanks a bunch.